Hey guys, what's up? Alright, so we got a new Sonic Frontiers trailer, an overview trailer yesterday. Sega just posted that unannounced, and of course they posted when I'm gone. But yeah, the trailer was really good. Like I said, these trailers are starting to get better. Sega's starting to improve on their marketing with Sonic Frontiers. And it's about damn time. I don't know why they're doing it so late, but better late than never. So definitely want to discuss more about that. And just some more news and coverage on Sonic Frontiers, some things I may have missed since the embargo lifted. But before I get into all that, be sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's see if we can get to 100k subs before the year is out. Alright, okay, so the trailer was very nice. I really liked it. As a matter of fact, I wish this was the trailer we got for Gamescom more than the story trailer, but it's okay, it's whatever. Sonic Frontiers trailer basically proves the fact that the formula for these Sonic games needs to change for the modern age. You know, that's why I love the open world or the open zone gameplay, and that's why this game is full price, $60 to $70 if you're getting the deluxe version. You know, Cyberspace will still have some new original levels. According to Azuka, there's going to be a blend of old, rehashed level design themes and new original levels. But since there's 35 stages, not all of them will be new stages because, as I've said several times before in the past, making new and original lengthy boost levels takes a lot of time and resources from the team, only for Sonic to zoom past them in blistering speeds. So why not spend all that time and resources on the open world where you can explore at your own speeds? Plus, 35 levels, that's more than any of the boost levels we had in previous Sonic games, even though it's not as long as like Unleashed stages. And Azuka already said that if this game is a success, this will be the formula they'll be sticking with for Sonic games from now on. So I'm sure this may be the last time we see boost stages in the style of the Cyberspace stages, like how boost stages have been in the past. I think this is the last time we're going to see boost gameplay like this. To everyone out there who's not too big on open world Sonic games or just open world in general, embrace the open world of Sonic or get out. Honestly, either you embrace it or you leave, because look, this is the modern age. Sonic used to compete with Mario as a rival back in the classic days, back in the 90s. At one point, Sonic even beat Mario when it comes to 2D, until Mario went into the third dimension. Now, if Sega wants to stay on top of that, they need to compete at the level Mario is doing now, which is open world, Mario Odyssey, Bowser's Fury. Sonic has to do that. Sonic has to be competent in that and not continue being like an arcade type of video game, because I mean, that's not modernizing the formula. So evolution is what every game needs, and that's what I've been wanting for Sonic for a long time. Instead of Sega or Sonic Team always experimenting with Sonic, trying to make Sonic go slow, play like a Mario Galaxy game like in Lost World, or giving Sonic a sword or this, always experimenting, or Werehog Brawl, just evolve the gameplay. Give Sonic more of an open zone sandbox to play in, make his controls more fluid, implement different things from the adventure era, from the boost era. I mean, Sonic has a drop dash now, he can spin dash, he can do a lot of customizable things. So that's what I want to see. Also, Naoto Otani, who's the composer for a lot of previous modern Sonic games like Sonic Unleashed, I think he was also the composer for Sonic Colors, if I'm not mistaken, as well as Sonic Forces. He also has been teasing Frontiers music. He says right here that the soundtrack of Sonic Frontiers has not yet been released, but what you can hear in the background of this video is actually part of the soundtrack. Consider it a little preview. So basically the music in this trailer is kind of what you'll expect from the game. And it's true I haven't been talking about this a lot, but the combat in Sonic Frontiers looks fire. It honestly looks like the best combat yet in a Sonic game. Yes, even better than the Werehog. I was never fond of the Werehog combat. It was slow, it was clunky. It wasn't like bad, like in a technical standpoint. It wasn't broken or glitchy. It just didn't play like a Sonic game. It was slow, and like there's a whole bunch of combos, but there's so many button combos that it's honestly useless to use, because you don't really need to use it. You can use the standard combat moves and still go along fine. So it's just, I don't know. I did not like the Werehog gameplay. It was fun after the first level, Windmill Isle Nighttime, but after that I didn't like it anymore. And I like it how they also customize the combat in this game. There's an easy mode and a regular mode. Regular mode, there's going to be a lot of button combos, kind of like a Super Smash Bros game. And then for the people, for the noobs, they can do the easy mode, just, you know, assign all the combo moves to a single button, and Sonic will just have automated moves or context sensitive moves, and you just use it with one button. I think that's good. Obviously, I'm going to be using regular mode with different combo moves. I don't want to just mash one button for Sonic's combos, you know? And the Psyloop. They explain more about the Psyloop, and it's basically like Cappy. You know, it functions like Mario's Cappy in Mario Odyssey. You know, it uncovers a lot of secrets, opens doors, gates, torches, all that stuff. So it's not just for defeating enemies. I like that. I like how Sonic has Psyloop and it reminds me of Cappy. And honestly, a lot of people are shifting their opinions of Sonic Frontiers because of Sega's marketing. You know, Case Blade, a friend of mine, he's been very critical of Frontiers, and now he's starting to warm up to it. But when it comes to my negatives, I do have some negatives with Sonic Frontiers. First and foremost, Sonic Team, honestly, you know, not trying to crack jokes, but I mean, I'm being serious here. Sonic Team is my biggest worry for Sonic Frontiers because their previous two games were mid to bad. You know, Lost World was mid, Forces was bad. But, you know, they've made a lot of mishaps in mid-games in the 2000s, and then they still came out with bangers. Like Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations were good, so I'm giving them one last chance. But let's be honest, if Insomniac was tackling an open-world Sonic game, if Insomniac was behind Sonic Frontiers, none of us would be skeptical. A lot of people would be hyped, because Insomniac is really good with open-world games. And another negative is that the open world has a lack of NPCs. Like, seriously, where's that Ranger human girl? You know, that human with the pink hair? Like, isn't she supposed to be an NPC in the game? I was expecting to see some human NPCs. Like, remember those leaks before about like Human World or whatever, human NPCs or Anthro NPCs? I was expecting to see that, you know, because the Starfall Islands feels a little empty. I need some more things besides enemies and Cocos. You know, I understand Sonic game definitely needs a lot more space because he goes fast. So this is not going to be like your typical Mario open world or even Zelda Breath of the Wild. There needs to be more space for Sonic to run and everything. And you don't want to cramp it up with NPCs everywhere because, you know, Sonic will just be running into them. But I still want to see a couple NPCs in this game. I hope we get that. We haven't seen that so far, but it just feels so empty. At least put them in the other islands, not, you know, if you're not going to put it in Chronos, put it in the other islands. I mean, but if you look at the hub worlds in like Sonic Adventure, there's a lot of big open spaces, like especially around Mystic Ruins, but there's still a couple of human NPCs, or there's a couple of NPCs in general. You know, even when you go to like Angel Island area with the Echidnas, there's Echidnas everywhere, but it's still a lot of open space to run around. That's what I want Starfall Islands to have in Sonic Frontiers. But like when you look at Sonic Unleashed hub worlds, you know, there's human beings and things all over the place, but Sonic doesn't run into them because he's walking or jogging throughout the entire hub. And no, I'm not talking about the level hubs where you enter into levels. Those you can boost in. I'm talking about the city hubs. Sonic just walks and jogs. But if you're going to have like, you know, big open world where Sonic runs and stuff, there has to be open space like in Sonic Adventure. I just want to see more NPCs. But yeah, Sonic fans definitely are expecting too much of Frontiers marketing because of Forces. Like, you know, a lot of people are like, yo, Sega, when are you going to give us a demo of Sonic Frontiers? And it's like, you know what? We don't need a demo of Sonic Frontiers in order to guarantee that the game is good. You know, what Sonic Frontiers needs a lot is playtesters. People that are actually hired to playtest the game and to test the quality of the game and see if there's any game-breaking glitches or whatever. That's what's important, and that's what Sega has been doing for like the past 3 years. I mean, since 2019, I've been hearing about playtesters for Sonic Frontiers. That's more important to me than having a demo, because what's a demo going to do? I know people are like, oh, that's going to, you know, enable Sega to get feedback from us. Really? Are you telling me the feedback from fans is going to be any different or better than the feedback Sega is going to get from playtesters? And some people are like, yo, but if I play a demo, that's going to help gauge to see if I want to spend my money on the game or not. I still think if you're going to buy the game, you're going to buy the game. No demo is going to stop you or prevent you from buying it, even if the demo is bad. And like Azuka said, if you want to play a demo of the game, you're free to go to the gaming booths of Gamescom, or what did he say, EGX? Basically the thing they're going to do in September, where Premi to Remy is going to attend, and I think they're going to bring it elsewhere too, like in United States and all that. So if you want to play a demo, feel free to go to those areas and play it, but there's not going to be a demo for us to play, because if it's going to be anything like that crappy demo of Forces where you only played 5 minutes of it, no thanks. I know the demo of Sonic Frontiers was like 15 minutes, but it's whatever. Would I like to play a demo? Of course. but I'm not demanding Sega to do it. It's not going to make the game any better. I mean, Forces had a demo. Yes, it was only accessible to the Japanese audience, but I still played it on my Switch because I just changed accounts, and the game still came out bad. And some other people are also demanding Sega, like, when are we going to get music previews for Sonic Frontiers? Which is true, around this time we already got a couple of music previews for Sonic Forces, but they're doing things differently here. You know, this game is more of a mystery. I have to say, of all the mainline 3D Sonic games or Sonic Team games, this one is the most mysterious. We have not seen much. We've only seen 2 out of the 5 islands. I love that because Sonic Generations, we knew all the stages before playing the game. We knew all 9 stages. Same thing with Sonic Colors, same thing with Lost World, you know, even Forces. I mean, there were some levels with Forces we didn't know, but I mean, with Forces, there really wasn't much to spoil. The whole game was lackluster. So these demos and music previews won't help change anything. But yeah, anyway, let's read some hands-on impressions. The Sonic Frontiers Twitter page says, from the enemy website, hands-on impression about the game. The shark boss fight has to be tamed at first by grabbing the shark's tail as it emerged from the sand and passed through the air ready to dive again. Now, this article is translated from Spanish to English, so we're going to read some of it here. It says, I looked around and decided to head to a region with suspended rails and rings ready to be collected. I was interrupted, however, by my first big enemy jumping between waves of sand, a giant robotic shark. So it looks like we're going to be fighting a huge robot shark. Despite the scare, the animal didn't seem too worried about my presence. Anyway, I decided to face it. Before the attack was possible, it had to be tamed, grabbing the shark's tail as it emerged from the sand and passed through the air ready to dive again. Okay, this kind of reminds me of Sonic 06 when Sonic grabs the orca's tail or fin. It says, with Sonic clinging to the tail, the shark zigzagged across the desert, and after a few turns, the game featured quick time events, sequences where you had to be agile by pressing the required buttons at the right time. If successful in keeping himself attached to the elusive animal, Sonic can then advance to the shark's trunk and only then begin attacking it. Okay, I see. Kind of like how you have to climb on Asura in Chronos to attack it. Speaking of the friendly Cocos, the little creatures are hidden all over the island. They make a bell-like noise which helps players find them. Whenever I heard the tinkling, I looked around and it didn't take long to find one of these little lost creatures. After collecting them, Sonic will be able to take them to Elder Coco in exchange for improved top speed and the ability to collect rings. Okay, so like Azuka talked about the other day, the Cocos help you upgrade your abilities and you take them to an old looking Coco like the Elder Coco. And I think it's this guy right here, and then he helps convert those Cocos into abilities. So yeah, these Cocos are already more useful than the Chao. Next one says, as I returned to what felt like the center of the desert, looking for new activities, I could witness a random phenomenon called Starfall. It works like a meteor shower that adds new mini games to the game. Big the Cat? In my case, Sonic needed to catch star fragments of a specific color, purple, before the light radiated from it changed color. For each purple shard collected, a coin was added to a counter at the top of the screen next to a slot machine, which is triggered for the duration of the event. Unfortunately, I didn't have any luck on any of the spins, so I can't say what I would actually win if I hit a jackpot. Big's Fishing Adventure. Yeah, that's exactly what these purple coins were for. Still, I had fun forgetting my real objective and testing my speed between the beams of light. Sorry, Knuckles. This phenomenon has another curious feature. It causes already collected items to respawn in the scenario, but on the other hand, it also revives enemies. From what has been hinted, the phenomenon in question happens randomly during the exploration of the islands, and again, it is up to the player to participate or not. Okay, so I see. This kind of reminds me of Bowser's Fury. You know when Bowser comes out at intervals during the game to interrupt you and you gotta defeat Bowser, but you can also use, I forgot what he's called, Fire Bowser? Bowser Fury? I forgot. But you use him to open some hidden areas or gates so you can collect like the cat shines. So that kind of reminds me of what they're talking about here, like when Sonic is exploring the islands. During the times of days, there will be like a phenomenon where like there's like a meteor shower and enemies respawn and all that, and coins appear, which is nice because, you know, I always wondered if you defeat all the enemies in the island, you know, you're not going to have any opportunities to grind and get more XP points. So that's really nice. That gives a lot of information on just how the island functions. Like I said, it's like the gameplay style is like Odyssey with some Bowser's Fury elements in it. Now, Game Informer talks about the giant tower boss fight in Ares Island, and it's this picture right here. Now, they go on to explain, one of my main gripes with past releases is that Sonic's speed often made it hard to see what's ahead. I appreciate Frontier's more extensive open level designs because it's easy to see obstacles in advance and adequately maneuver around them. Also, there's always a curiosity on the horizon I want to explore. As I zoom through the desert, I see an installation lurking in the distance. Naturally, I run to it. Suddenly, I realize this isn't a building or another common challenge. This is an enormous boss I've awakened. Nice. The mechanical being begins to launch a giant disc at me. After a quick dodge, I jump atop the rings and start grinding on them. A trail of sparks follow my feet as I skate around the ring's circumference, eventually transforming the rail to pure white. Okay. Then I jump to the next slightly higher ring and repeat the process another time. Sonic eventually lands on a higher, much larger set of rails, protecting the boss's vulnerable center. Okay, so this is like those big Colossus type of bosses. But now the giant machine begins firing lasers, turning the path ahead into a death trap. This marks the beginning of an incredibly cool and tense experience requiring plenty of jumps, dodges, and rail switches. Dance music begins to whirl in my ears as I speed around the perimeter, jumping, dodging, and switching rails as I slowly lower the monolith's defenses. I finally activate every ring and the defense system crashes, leaving the robot's core wide open for a flurry of attacks. You know, I like how these bosses are structured because I got real tired of like the running type of bosses in the Boost games, but these bosses sound very creative and very fun. I remember Premi was complaining about how there's a lack of platforming in the open world, but like these bosses are basically platformers, you know, and I like that. So there's platforming all over the islands, but they're implemented in such a smart way. You know, it's not like you're running and then there's a platform section and then it's a boost area and then platforming and then boost and platforming. That was a problem a lot of the Boost games had. I think Generations balanced that real well, but you know, a lot of other games, even Unleashed, there's like an area where you just boost and then there's a platforming section, then you boost and then platforming. But the islands, there's a lot of platforming sections that are implemented within the bosses or the areas, so you tend not to notice it, but you just realize later like, wait, that was actually platforming I did. I pretty much figured out the structure of this game. Basically, you explore the island collecting hearts, tokens, there's side quests where you rescue your friends, and then there's puzzles and side missions that grant you more experience points and items. Then you defeat the bosses or the mini bosses to collect portal gears, you know, and I think they appear periodically in the game. And then you use those portal gears to enter cyberspace, and then you beat cyberspace challenges to collect keys, and then you use the keys to unlock Chaos Emeralds. And then each island has 7 Chaos Emeralds. You collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds on the island to become Supersonic and defeat the main boss as Supersonic. Then you go to the next island, rinse and repeat. And also, this is a clarification because I've heard some people say that the cyberspace stages, you can skip them, they're completely optional. And then I hear people like, no, you gotta play all the cyberspace stages in order to get the keys to get the Chaos Emeralds. Have you guys forgotten about Sonic Generations already? Remember the missions. There's like 10 missions per zone, but you only had to complete 3 missions in order to get 3 boss keys in order to, you know, access a boss gate. So I think there's going to be like at least 3 keys or chaos keys to get the Chaos Emeralds. You don't have to play all the cyberspace stages. Remember, every cyberspace stage has certain challenges. I think you only need to complete certain amount of challenges or a certain amount of cyberspace stages to get the keys and get the Chaos Emeralds. You don't have to complete all the cyberspace stages per island. I strongly believe that. It's going to be like Generations. So that's what Iizuka was saying. You don't have to beat all the cyberspace stages. You only have to beat a certain amount, a couple, in order to get the Chaos Emeralds. It's like Mario Odyssey. You don't have to collect all the moons. You just got to collect a certain amount of moon medals in order to progress to the next kingdom. But knowing me, the completionist, I'm going to play all the cyberspace stages. Alright guys, what do you think about all this? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about the structure of this game? How, you know, it balances the open world, which is the meat of the game, and then the cyberspace stages. What do you think about the descriptions of the bosses having its own like type of platforming sections? And also that hands-on impression from that one translated description. You know how like there's different intervals and there's meteor showers that give you coins and all that, and enemies respawn? And also, what do you think about that trailer and just everything about the open world so far? Let me know. Oh yeah, also, I am planning on doing a long play of Sonic Frontiers when that comes out, but I'm planning on making that non-commentary. And I want to speed run that too. So what do you guys think about that? Do you want a non-commentary speed run of Sonic Frontiers? I don't want to do commentary. I just want to do non-commentary, see how that goes. Or do you want me to do it commentary? Who knows? But I will be doing a giveaway of that game, like I've said several times. I'm definitely doing a giveaway of Sonic Frontiers. Maybe 1 or 2. We'll see. But alright guys, that wraps it up for now. So take care. And until next time, I'm out.